A U.S. federal court has unsealed the search warrant granted to the FBI to raid Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Over 20 boxes of documents were taken from the estate, including material marked top secret, as well as info on French President Emmanuel Macron. The warrant said the FBI were also investigating Trump for potential violations of the Espionage Act. The move comes after Trump's legal team said the former U.S. president wouldn't stand in the way of the Justice Department's proposal to unseal the warrant. Speculation as to what was seized had been rife ever since the dramatic raid, with the Washington Post reporting that Trump was in possession of documents related to nuclear weapons, an accusation that the former president called a hoax. Well, for more on this, earlier I spoke to The Guardian's Washington bureau chief David Smith, who told us what else was taken from the raid.
We're all going to be poring over what's in this search warrant, which shows that the FBI agents who went to Mar-a-Lago, Trump's estate in Florida on Monday, removed 11 sets of classified information, some of which was marked top secret, and some of it relates apparently to a pardon for Roger Stone, a Trump ally, notorious political dirty trickster, and indeed something is marked regarding the president of France, but we don't know much more what that might be. This search warrant also shows that Trump is under investigation by the federal government for violations of the Espionage Act, which is extremely serious, and being found guilty of that can lead to time in prison. Also under investigation for potential obstruction of justice. So it's extremely serious. I'm sure we will continue in the next few hours and days to look for more detail of what's actually in this classified material, but it certainly piles pressure on Donald Trump. He, of course, is vehemently denying that he did anything wrong. He's saying that reports about nuclear weapon secrets are just a hoax, and I suspect the unsealing of the search warrant will probably prompt some more reaction from him and Republicans who've still been very supportive so far.
You mentioned that Republicans, they were a bit fractured in the past, and ever since this raid, they kind of rallied around him. Is this, the revelations from tonight from this warrant, is that likely to affect how they react to the former president?
You'd have to be an optimist to suspect this will break the fever. Earlier today, there was a press conference with some Republican members of Congress, and they were challenged, for example, about the issue of nuclear weapon secrets, which obviously, if those fell into the hands of foreign adversaries, that would be incredibly serious. But even then, the stock response was Donald Trump is the most likely candidate for the Republican Party in the 2024 election. Therefore, there seems to be, they would argue, some kind of political witch hunt, politically motivated prosecution. All week, we've seen Republicans remain incredibly loyal to Trump, even those like Mike Pence, who otherwise are somewhat distant from him these days, even potential rivals for the 2024 nomination. They're all on board with the argument that this whole enterprise is driven by Democrats who want to stop Trump running for president again. And we've seen a very dark side to this with some very incendiary rhetoric. Rick Scott, a Republican senator for Florida, comparing the Justice Department to the Gestapo in Nazi Germany, others calling for the FBI to be defunded. And we've seen potential consequences where just yesterday a man attacked an FBI office in Ohio and was eventually killed. There are grave worries that all of this could just increase the political temperature and potentially lead to unrest and political violence.